today's the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. Amen, amen. Today's a new day, great day, grand day. And your girl's coming back with another video. Hey. Welcome everybody back to the channel, and welcome everyone who is new. If you don't know who I am, my name is Sabrina. I am your virtual bestie. I post things that encourage you. We talk about faith. I laugh. I do cooking, cleaning, shopping, whatever I feel like posting. It's just a really great and amazing, fun channel. I just want to say toot toot. It is. We have fun over here. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys go ahead and you're encouraged to subscribe. In this video here, I'm going to be talking about homeschooling and why I'm homeschooling. Am I homeschooling? All about homeschooling. So if you are interested, please continue watching. If you don't know, I am now homeschooling my kids. I know we did virtual learning for the longest, and that was a struggle. I know since the panorama, since the Panasonic, since the pandemonium, just to let you know, there are certain words that we're not allowed to say here on the tube. So therefore, just follow along, okay? So since all of the cray that had happened, we were doing virtual learning, and they were struggling, falling behind. None of my kids were really grasping what they need to learn. Just a little background story. I was a school bus driver. I was working with my kids at the school, even in the middle of the panorama, and it was tough. It was hard. All of the social distancing, and schools didn't really know what they were doing. Nobody knew what they were doing. Nobody still knows what they're doing, but that's another story. So let's just say that I decided that after having to be on quarantine because of one of my daughter's classrooms, two of her pupils, two of the students in her classroom caught the C word. So I was like, oh no, we stayed home. Yeah, and I've been home ever since by the grace of God, and I thank the Lord for providing for me and making sure my bills, we have not had to want or anything. Thank the Lord. But now moving forward, I'm still not feeling comfortable with them going back. There's a lot of things that I'm just not comfortable with, okay? I really felt in my spirit after praying, I felt that God, this is something that God wants me to do, is be at home with my kids and me doing homeschool. So this is my faith journey and trusting God with this journey that we are on. And if you guys been following my channel for a while, you guys know when I trust God with something, he shows up and shows out every time. I mean, if you've been following me for a while, you guys know with my car situation, when I was struggling with that, to me moving, my apartment situation, to me moving to Austin, there has been so many times God has showed up and showed out every time I trust him. And in this season, I am saying yes to Jesus, and I'm going to trust him in this process, that he's going to provide me with everything that I need for me and the babies. And just to give you a little heads up, it's been great. Way less stressful than for a single mom. I honestly say it is actually less stressful. Some of you guys are probably asking, how is this? There are a couple books that I have read. There's actually quite a few books and things I'm reading, and honestly, that's going to be another video where I'm going to share those books. But for the two books that I started out reading, one is the Wild&Free Homeschooling. That one, all of the teachings, some of them I'm like, yes, but for the most part, I like what she's saying. As far as when you homeschool your kids, you're taking freedom back. I feel like you are now taking the control and the power of what your children are learning, instead of trusting the government to teach your kids properly, you or schools and other individuals. You're saying, no, I want to take in control. I want to make sure that they are learning what they need to learn. So that book really helped me and encouraged me. Homeschooling for the unorganized. that one was a really good book, and it helps you for y'all who are like, but I'm unorganized though. That book was really good. And another thing I'd say, if you're thinking about homeschooling, is know your laws. Know your laws. I live in the state of Texas, and Texas have pretty bomb laws when it comes to homeschooling, which I love. They give you give you a lot of freedom as far as when it comes to test taking. You don't need to do that. There's a lot of things that you don't have to do, but there are things that you need to do. You know, with reading, writing, social studies, they call it good studies, and math. Like, you do have things they want to make sure that you're teaching, but you don't need to keep no bookkeeping of it. I do have mine, because just for lesson plans, so I know what I'm teaching. But you have it's so much freedom. What curriculum I'm going to be doing, there are a variety of ways of curriculums you can do. They have homeschooling where you can just go and pay. They have an online homeschooling. They have the where you pick out the books curriculums that you just pay for their books, like where it's actual homeschooling. They have that. They also have where you just can choose your own books in your own ways and your own things of that. And that's the direction that I'm going, more of the free will, because some of my kids are in different levels, in different grades. Some of them are far advanced readers, like they are like really good, but some of them, their math is struggling. They're behind on that. So for me, I really didn't want to go back to having a set step. I wanted to customize, because I know what my kids need. I'm involved in their education and what they're learning. Like, I'm all in a business. So for me, I like the freedom of saying, okay, you are advanced, so I'm gonna give you a higher grade in reading and writing, because you are already above what you're doing in reading. But I'm going to keep you, I may get a little bit lower of the math, because I see you're struggling in that area. Because the beauty of homeschooling is when you go to a regular school, if you don't know it, oh well, you just keep going on to the next. But the beauty about homeschooling, we don't go on to the next until you learn it. So I'm really enjoying and knowing that my kids are getting everything that they need in education. And so when they graduate high school, they don't feel behind, or they don't feel like they fully know what it is that they need to be knowing at the age that they are. The benefit of homeschooling, and I've said some of this stuff already in the video, but you have more control of what your children are learning. Like for me, I like to teach my kids more African American studies. I want to teach them about just not African, but Asian American, and just all of us. I want to teach them more about the Latina community, what they have done. So I really want my children to have a nice broad about the history of this country. Not broad, but a nice good understanding of the history of this country. No, nothing that's been filtered. I want to make sure that they know. And I also want to make sure, like in art, and they're getting the extracurriculars that they like. My son is really into computers and programming, so that is one of his extracurriculars and unit studies that I'm going to be having him do, is get into learning about. My daughter, she likes getting them to learn about coding, and my daughter loves video and editing and stuff. So I'm like, well, works that your mom does this. So that's something I want to get them into. That's going to be an extracurricular, like, so they can know these things. And my daughter, my Gabby, she likes art. So that's something that we can take. So the beauty of homeschooling, I'm able to really pick out what they like and really and use that. We can literally use what they like and know, and use that to help them in their education. And so it's not some just set textbook on how to teach. It's awesome. 2, you set your own schedule. Y'all be thinking I'm sitting here from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. teaching these kids. The devil is a lie. You can do anywhere from maybe an hour a day, depending on how many kids you got. For me, I have 4. So an hour a day would not be enough for teaching all 4 of them and making sure they get. So we go anywhere from 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours, but we can do an hour in a day if it's depending if it's something like a light study or something quick. So, and that's just a day. That's it. So there is no grueling sitting in front of the computer at 6 o'clock in the morning, trying to understand what this Zoom meeting's about. It's me coming in for a couple hours, teaching them their studies that they need, their learning lessons, and then we're off by our business. Go do what we need to do for the day. And you don't have to do it every day. I do it 4 days out of the week. And you also set your schedule, so therefore you can go all summer long. There's no necessary need for a summer vacation because it's just you and your kids. So you can go on vacation as you want. You can do as it's up to you. It's really up to you, depending on your state laws, because there are some state laws that require you to do a little bit more. But in the state of Texas, where I live, you can do as much as you please. The benefit here also, I want to say that you are your child's best teacher. I am my children's best teacher. I teach them all day long different things. So, and I know how each one of them learn. They all learn a little different, but they all love to be hands-on. So, because I'm a hands-on person too. So the fact that you love your children more than anyone could ever love them. Even though your teachers love your children, but at the end of the day, you love them more. So for me, I just really felt, and whoever is out there who wants to do it, okay, I know that if you know who wants to get into that, just know that you are your children's best teacher. And I really, that was one of my big benefits that I love watching my children grow, and I love to watch them learn something I taught them and their eyes light up. It's like one of the best feelings in the world. Like when you teach your kid how to ride a bike or tie their shoes, it's like, yes, they got it. So for me, it's really a joy to see that. Like now I'm seeing what their teachers been seeing, them learn and grow. And another benefit is the bonding. It's a lot. I feel like homeschooling has, the bond with us has gone really way closer. I feel that we've been able to bond and encourage each other and had really great times of talking and teaching and loving each other. So I want to say that our bond is great. I'm because when they were going to school, I was so busy working, doing the YouTube and doing this, and so not saying I'm close to my kids, but I do notice since that I've been at home and I'm having this time with them just on a regular basis, that it has definitely, our bond has definitely got even stronger. All right, now to the frequently asked questions and comments. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. Because I know somebody gonna still have some more questions and some comments. Number 1, what about their social skills? Okay, let's say here, there has been a lot of studies, and if you read those books that I told you about, there's been a lot of studies about people with homeschools and social skills. Social skills and that kind of stuff is taught at home. Okay, that's taught at home. If you can have all the access to all the schools in the world and have still crappy social skills and know how to interact with people and communicate, okay? So you got to make sure that you as the parent, have good social skills and are able to teach your children how to have really, how to communicate. So I want to say that. And one thing, I'm going to be honest with you, my kids have amazing communication skills. They have no problem talking to you, telling you how they feel, what they like, what they don't like, want to laugh, cry. They have that. When it comes to socializing, not a problem. They're always the first people in the park, anywhere, to meet friends, help people. Like my kids, when it comes to that, not a problem. But I do know that they do want to interact with kids outside of their siblings. And to be honest with you, I don't think of school as a social place. I think of your extracurriculars that you do. And I really believe in having kids signed up in extracurriculars, even if they're in school or not. Like, they need that. So Jonah is signed up in basketball. The girls will be signed up in dance and other stuff. So comment, that sounds stressful. You know what? I'm gonna tell you this. It was stressful having seen my kids struggle in school. It was stressful them going to school, and they were having really some years my teacher, we had some crappy teachers, and so my kids were struggling learning from this teacher. So I had to struggle with them all year long to learn. There's a lot of times where there's a lot of things that have been stressful when the kids were in school. But do we have our stressful moments? Yes. But the beauty about homeschool, you can stop. Like, you know what? Today, right now, it's being a little stressful. I feel like we're not seeing it. We're going to either go to the next subject and come back. Or, you know, better yet, how about we just stop for the day and we'll just come back tomorrow when our heads are clear and we're able to see eye to eye here. That's the beauty of homeschool. If it's stressful, you don't have to keep going. You can stop. You can stop and say, how about we can come back in 15 minutes. Let's take a 15-minute break. Let's go walk out. Let's go outside. Let's go take a walk. Let's relax. Let's breathe. Okay, I know this may be a little too much. This right here is a little hard. And, you know, you need to walk away, get your mind, regroup, and let's come back to it. That is the beauty of homeschooling. That is what I love about homeschool. Is it expensive? Okay, if you go and buy the curriculums from different schools, those can be a little pricey. They can cost you anywhere from $2,000 or $3,000 per kid per year, and they go all up in different prices. For me, it's not been that expensive because I've been picking and choosing the curriculum and books. Like I said, I'm going to do another video on the curriculum that I am using and what I'm using and tools that I'm using. This video is just talking about homeschooling, so I'm going to go into more detail about that area if anybody has any questions for that. And the last question is, what about income? How am I going to be able to teach kids and work? What's going on? Because I already know that somebody's going to ask that. Okay, one, the beauty of being a YouTuber and being an influencer and being an entrepreneur, I have multiple streams of income, and a lot of my incomes, some are a little bit more passive than others where I don't have to be hands-on demand. And so that is great. One thing about me, my business goes on what I'm doing. That's the beauty of what I do. Thank the Lord, truly blessed. I praise God every day for the doors that he's opened up for me. But I know that some people are not in the position that I am in. I do know that if you do work from home, homeschooling can work from you. I know women that do work from home. Everybody work from home, and they still are able to homeschool their kids. So I'm gonna say that for you, if you're able to work from home, you just need to schedule the day, schedule the time and the place where either after your work, be like, okay, this is our homeschooling time. It's when mommy gets off from work. Try to pick up maybe an earlier shift or maybe a later shift. You can work later in the graveyard, do the graveyard kind of thing, and then work with them. Or you can do it early in the morning and then teach them later on. Whatever works best for you. And you also, like I said, there's different types of homeschooling. You don't also have to be like me where it's free and I'm more hands-on. They have books that are curriculum where you can just read, especially if your kid is a good reader. He or she can read it, and then you can kind of help them out on that type of thing. Then they have other things where they can do online, and even though it's online, it's not as like demanding as how virtual learning was for public schools. Like, this one's a little bit more relaxed. So they have options for a variety. Like, there are options out there. This is just the one that I chose that's best for me. But that's the end of this video. If you guys have any more questions about it, definitely go ahead and write down below. I could do another video about this. This was really fun. This was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helped out anybody who had any was kind of confused about the homeschooling and all that. I appreciate all your love and support. Make sure you guys make sure you subscribe, make sure you thumbs up, share, do all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. And as always, guys, God bless. Mwah.